And welcome back to Tullow. Kilkenny have kicked off the start of extra time, 3 points all, and they will be playing left to right in the black jerseys. And will there be any way we can separate these two sides today, Dermot?
Spectacular collision there. There's been many talking points today. There's another one. Player went completely, I would say, with no abandon, straight up into the air and collided with his opposite number, the Ashbourne player.
Well, he had no regard for his own safety, Dermot.
For neither his nor the other players.
He tip-tackled himself,
which
is quite difficult to do, and he's obviously now in some serious distress.
Yes, he came down very awkwardly.
Unless this is he's trying to fool the referee to forget that maybe he should be yellow carded for a bad challenge.
I'm trying to work out who is it. Casey Dunn, the right winger, who went for the long range penalty midway through the half. He certainly landed very awkwardly.
I wonder will Willie Wright have a crack from here? Certainly before the match, when he was fit and fresh, he was landing the kicks from that.
He looks like he could be, but it's a long way out.
Yeah.
And the flags are still. I'm just looking over to the scoreboard on the left hand side, and the flags are blowing, and he has indicated, yes. So, shot at goal. So, it's about 55, 56 metres?
It is, but obviously he's getting tired, and he hasn't actually struck the ball particularly well. His last kick, which was a simple kick to win the game, as it transpired, he made a complete mess of. This one, of course, now it'll be a hit and hope job, but no one will blame him if he misses it.
Yeah, he's had a poor day with the boot. He's only kicked 1 of 4, and the last one was just for a player of his standard. There was just it just didn't make sense. He looked totally uncomfortable. This one is, as you say, a shot to nothing. So from 55, 56 metres, can we get the third score of the game? Can Willie Wright put Kilkenny back in front?
No, that's as badly struck as his previous effort in front of the posts, and that goes way left along the ground. Ashbourne let it run out, and they'd be happy to run the clock down until they get the wind behind them again. There'll be no hurry to take this drop out. The ball is moved to Paul Morris, and he will drop out.
And it must be the occasion, because he's a good kicker. I mean, those last 2 strikes were just terrible. So Sean Morden fields in midfield, gives it to full-back Joy Manuel. Manuel makes good ground, drives into Ashbourne territory. Back with Robbie Walsh. Walsh has a cut. He's taken down, makes a yard, maybe 2. Ball is back on the Kilkenny side. Again, they drive forward. Again, it's Lahey again. Lahey driving forward. Lahey has certainly been worthy of being on a winning side in a Towns Cup final. Ball is with Manuel again. Again, driven forward this time by Wes Carter. Walsh looks up his options with Victor Ryan. Sidesteps one man, drives forward. Can Kilkenny get it back? Going off a foot according to the referee, but not that one. I think Wesley Carter knocked that one on. He's a big tall man and he'd go down a long way.
It was a very poor pass from Willie Walsh to come half. Right down by his ankles. And when you're in about the 83rd or 84th minute of the match, you don't want passes being put there for you.
And I'd just like to say hello to Jack Hanratty. Jack is a former Leinster branch employee. He's sitting on a couch somewhere in Nova Scotia in Canada watching the game. And Jack, you're missed in the branch, but I believe you're doing a great job in Nova Scotia, and I hope you're enjoying the game. Jack, of course, is a Skerries man, so he would know all about Towns Cup. Ashbourne get it up the field from Colreevy's clearance. Joe Manuel seems to slice off his boot, comes back to Kennedy, goes down on one knee, runs it back, Grubber kicks it along the ground where it goes into touch.
It's a fine kick, used all his experience there to thread that through.
And did it come off did it get a touch off a Kilkenny man? It did indeed.
It hit a Kilkenny man, yeah.
So
Ashbourne have a throw 30 yards from the Kilkenny line. And still down, we're no nearer to finding a winner here.
Yeah, I think we're going to need something inspirational.
And being the competition manager, if there's no further score in this game or ends in a draw, what happens then?
There's a replay. We don't have penalties.
And the replay would be next Sunday?
Probably next Sunday. The seconds final is scheduled for next Sunday, but I think there would have to be a very quick competitions meeting to decide what the replay date would be.
And of course the Junior Inter Pros start next weekend as well.
That's right, next Saturday down on I think Kilkenny is the first game in Wexford, am I right? Maybe I'm not.
I'm sure.
Not sure, but they do start next Saturday.
So that would be a severe blow to Leinster if the players from these two teams weren't available.
Good clearance by Wright, fielded by Kilreevy, who slips. He gets it clear to McNally, and it's fielded by Walsh on the far side. Oh, it's knocked on. And another mistake. And while there were mistakes early on, a lot of them are now being caused by the wet conditions.
Not easy now for the players. It's rained incessantly now for the last half an hour, really. So we have a slippy surface, as seen there when Kilreevy had trouble keeping his feet when feeding that last ball. Ball now is like a bar of soap.
Sean Morden's pass inside. It was Sean Morden who fielded the ball on the far side. His pass inside went to ground. So
Come on, Ashbourne! Come on!
the crowd are still into it. They haven't been dampened.
It was noticeable actually at the end of normal time. There was a huge exodus on the far side of the ground of people, and a lot of them don't seem to have come back. There's a lot less people over there. There's still a fine crowd on this side of the ground.
Maybe it's on Irish Rugby TV inside in the bar.
That would be a place to be, and a
warm
warm
one
one
comes out scrappily. It's well fielded by Dunn, who rescues a tricky situation for Ashbourne.
Lazy running by Kilkenny, and Ed Kenny's playing advantage. And then they play the scrum half. That could be a second advantage. And now they lie on top of the man on the ground, but he's going back to the first defence.
Well, I think lazy running is something that we can expect from now on. I think players are getting tired. A massive effort has been put in, even though the scoring has been minimal. The effort put in by the players can't be faulted. So Morris makes sure of his touch. It's about 35 metres out down on the right touch line.
And on to go, Dermot.
I think we're almost at the end of the first half of extra time, and Ashbourne cut the numbers to 5. Again, a lot of messing before one of the Rooneys fields it at the front of the line out, and Ashbourne have a good driving ball going. They're after getting a good 5 metres there. They're still driving forward. They have Kilkenny in a bit of disarray, and they're rewarded with a penalty. And it looks like number 1, I think, is it the loose head prop for Kilkenny? Hugh O'Brien was penalised there. So this is definitely a chance for Paul Morris to put Ashbourne in front for the first time. By my reckoning, we're just coming up to half time in extra time. So it's
wise decision, go for goal. It'll run the clock down anyway, and then they'll turn around with the wind behind them in the second period of extra time.
Morris, I think, has only had the one shot at goal. So, sorry, he's had 2.
He had 2 shots. No, he missed one.
He missed the first one.
On the left, excuse me. And this one now would be.
It's a good 40, maybe approaching 45 metres to as the crow flies.
Yeah, with the angle.
With the angle, certainly 40 metres anyway.
Not an easy kick, but
no, and it's into the wind as well. So it's
another hit and hope. The one kick he missed today, he struck very well. So whereas Willie Wright has not struck the ball well for Kilkenny.
Certainly his last two efforts were poor, but here goes Morris, chance to put Ashbourne in front just as we hit the half-time in extra time whistle. Looks short from here. Is it short?
No, it's over.
It's over.
It's a
yes.
strike.
And there goes the half-time whistle. So half-time in extra time against the wind. Ashbourne have taken a 6-3 lead, and the rain starts to teem down again.
It has suddenly got a lot heavier. That is not pleasant. Behind for a long time, so there's uncanny similarities with what happened in the semi-final here.
Yeah, and during the season there was a few games that they dug out at the death when they looked beaten. So they certainly have this never say die attitude. It's been obvious today. I mean, there was times when they looked as if they were stretched to breaking point, yet they somehow managed to prevent the score going in. They've defended resolutely, and at this stage they have to be hot favourites to win it.
Okay, time check. Ashbourne, Paul Morris to kick off to start the final period of extra time. Ashbourne leading by 6 points to 3 with the wind, and they've a chance for a turnover here, have they? The guy looked isolated. No, fair play to Kilkenny. They got that ball back. Ashbourne just don't want to give away any penalties here. Keep Kilkenny pinned in their own half.
And Philly Walsh driving in, but he looks like he's been stopped by two Ashbourne men. Are there numbers on the right? Wes Carter out to Manuel, and again it's out to Everard. Everard is tackled. They made a little ground, but not a whole lot. A penalty, yeah. Kilkenny, Ashbourne penalised on the ground.
Offside. And they take a quick tap. Walsh is off.
Well, he sees a gap.
So up to the halfway line.
Victor Ryan takes it on. Back with Walsh. Back to Joe Emanuel. He sees a gap. He goes back towards his pack. And we're back where we started from almost. On the halfway line. Wright has a cut, but he stops.
Is he isolated? No, ball's there. Ball is there.
The ball went forward, I think.
Knocked on by Kilkenny.
Yeah.
And the Kilkenny coaching staff not happy. They thought they saw something else. Things got a little bit heated there, Dermot, below us in the Kilkenny dugout.
Yeah.
The number 4 official from Leinster branch had a quiet word with the Kilkenny guys just to stay in their technical zone and keep calm.
I think if Kilkenny lose this game, they'll be very unhappy. A lot of it they can blame on themselves, and they didn't get 1 or 2 rubs of the green. But at the moment, it's not looking good for him. Scrum on halfway to Ashbourne. There is a break in play for an injury to one of the Ashbourne players. But the Ashbourne scrum looks strong. The defence looks strong. It's very hard at this stage to see Kilkenny getting back into the game.
Well, the only way you can see it is the pace on the right wing from Everard, who has looked at the best attacking player on the pitch by far. He has looked genuinely threatening, but the conditions as they are now, to get a ball into his hands could be quite difficult. The rain has eased slightly, but it's still pouring down. It's brightening to our left, but I don't think it's going to come in time to save us here.
No, we're wet. We're wet, that's it.
Yeah. And my Easter lamb could be very well done at this time.
So it looks like a blood injury, but there's a change anyway.
Number 20.
Number 20 is Conor McNally, and back on goes Anthony McCreary.
Number 11.
Anthony McCreary.
Yeah.
So Gavin Kennedy with the feed for Ashbourne. Front rows go down, they bind, and they set.
Kenny tried to go against the head. Gavin Kennedy he'll be a little chip down here, yes.
Nice chip. Sean Moran feels it. He runs back into trouble on 22. Tackle. Well, Kilkenny somehow have rescued it. But Joe Emmanuel clears it a touch, but they're under severe pressure.
Yeah.
It was a great kick by Kennedy.
Again, using his experience, Leinster Juniors, dual status player with Boyne, has played a lot of good rugby, and he.
Once again, it's O'Connor with the throw in to the line out.
That penalty for halftime seems to really rejuvenated Ashbourne Dermot.
Yeah,
they're really hungry, chasing that kick ahead by Kennedy.
But the ball is overthrown. Robbie Walsh feels it at the tail. So Kilkenny have it again. Can Kilkenny do anything with it? It looks like actually no, it's
so Ashbourne has stolen there for a second.
Yeah, so did I actually, but Kilkenny, they're not going anywhere right now. Again, having said that, Joe Manuel takes it on, drives forward, but the ball goes forward.
Yeah. The problem with wet ball, if you hit hard in the tackle, it tends to jolt it free and difficult to hang on to when it's like a bar of soap. So Ashbourne survived that bit of pressure there from Kilkenny. They've come back maybe 20 metres, but they're still inside the Kilkenny 10-metre line, and they have the attacking scrum.
The last scrum, Kilkenny went for the strike against the head. It'll be interesting to see will they go this time.
Well, I think they have to gamble, Dermot.
They sure do.
They're not going to win this without the ball.
No, they did.
They went again, but that was.
I think that was a little crooked.
I thought it was straight.
Oh, good break by Kennedy.
Team.
Oh, he just slips at the last second. Maybe a hand trip, but it's Ashbourne in control.
Slippery.
Jeff Mahan at the bottom of that pile. He lays it back.
Do you think he was using his experience? Many years of it.
And of course, we didn't mention that the last time he played in a Towns Cup final, it was the man beside me, Gordon Black, who refereed that game.
Don't tell me you're going to say it was my fault he didn't get a medal that day.
I never said that. So it's Rory Gleeson over the ball. Gavin Kennedy. This is going to be a drop goal attempt by Morris. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, and it's blocked by Wright, and he gathers it. Now, Kilkenny, have they got a lifeline? They've got it back to Wright, who was holding his chest. Oh, but it goes forward. And Morris chases it. He's blocked. He gets it in field, surely. Number 12, it's Kyle who goes down on it. Bodies all over the place. It's with Curran. Curran back to Dunn. Dunn drives forward, but he's stopped solidly by Kilkenny. And Ed Kenny whistles, and it's a penalty to Ashbourne. And we have a change, I think. Yeah, it's McNally back on for McCreary. So I thought there was a touch judge intervention there for a minute, but he was just letting us know that it was a substitution. But that was certainly exciting. A great block by Wright. He seemed to hurt his chest in blocking the ball, because when he went to give the pass to Moran, it certainly wasn't his best pass of the day. And then
Morris was playing football, showed good skills, took it inside. He was half held back by Kilkenny man. And excuse me, the number 12 then for Ashbourne went down on it, and resulting from that there, so Kenny were penalised for not releasing the player on the ground, and Morris now kick, and this again will waste another 60 seconds by your clock there, Dermot. How much longer have we?
I think we've got a minute to go, maybe a little over a minute, and
we had the injury that over the far side there,
far
so
side, but,
maybe a couple of minutes.
The ref so far hasn't added on much injury time in any period, first half, second half, or
he's probably getting tired like the rest of us.
He probably is, yeah. So this is so score 6-3. Morris, he's over the ball, he's walking back, takes a couple of steps back.
Oh, he's pushed it to the right.
Pushed it to the right. Ed Kenny
again.
looks at his watch.
Doesn't have much of a run up. He
hasn't been a day for kickers, even though he landed a gigantic one to put them. They have one hand on the cup thanks to his kick, his gigantic kick.
So we're about to enter injury time here at the end of the second period.
That's
of extra
a good
time.
kick off. It gives his players a chance to get underneath it, but it was knocked forward. And Ashbourne drive forward with Kennedy. Back to McGahey. McGahey is stopped by Victor Ryan. Kennedy is over the ball. He gets it back to one of the Roonies. Ashbourne drive over it. Referee stops. There's also an injury, so I think it's as much to do with the injury as it is with anything else.
Yeah, that player has been down now for about a minute, and the Ashbourne physios were quickly on. Let's hope it's not serious.
Yeah, there's been a couple of big collisions here underneath us in the last couple of phases. So I think, is it Rory Gleeson, their captain? I don't see him in the huddle, and it's a blonde player. So I'm sure Rory Gleeson will be keen to recover his senses, because it looks odds on as if he's going to be the one accepting the trophy in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Is there a man in the match, is there? If they win.
So I think it's Gleeson. It's the tension is certainly taking some time, adding to the drama here in Blackgate. And he slowly getting himself up off the ground.
Just composing his thoughts for his victory speech.
Could very well be.
A very clean looking number 18 coming on there, Dermot.
Yeah, well,
pristinely clean. Didn't even get dirty in the warm up.
it's Shane Walsh, and I'm not sure if he's coming on for Rory Gleeson. I didn't see who went off. No, he's going back off again. Yeah, I think he was coming on for Rory.
Captain has told him, off you go.
Well, at least he got on the field.
But he stayed clean.
So Gavin Kennedy gathers the ball. We're certainly down to the dying embers of this game. Ashbourne in control. Are we going to have another situation where Kilkenny try to strike against the head? Not that time. It was a good scrum. Gleeson takes it at the back. Well picked up by Dunn. And Casey Dunn kicks it to the head. and it's carried into touch by Robbie Walsh.
Yeah, Walsh did well there. It looked for a second he might be knocking it straight into touch and he might have been penalised, but he managed to regather just before he crossed the touchline. So now Ashbourne.
And certainly since they got that go-ahead penalty goal on the stroke of half-time and extra time, it's been all Ashbourne, and they are deep, 5 metres, little more, 7 metres from the Kilkenny line.
Yeah.
O'Connor to throw. Wesley Carter has gone up, but it's gathered at the back by O'Connor for Kilkenny. Now, what can Kilkenny do? They're deep inside their own half as Wright spreads it to Manuel. Manuel has got it out as far as Mahan. Mahan cuts back. When he gets away, he's actually making 10, 15, 20 metres on the far side. They need quick ball. Ball comes to Morden. Morden drives forward. They're on their own 10 metre line.
They've allowed the Ashbourne defence, Dermot, to get very well organised.
I think the ball is turned over. Ashbourne have definitely won the breakdown battle today, Gordon.
By a long way. Yeah.
Now, I wonder what time is left. This has been kicked straight to touch by Gavin Kennedy. And there we have it, full time. Ashbourne are 2014 Provincial Towns Cup winners on a scoreline of 6 points to 3.
Their first ever Towns Cup win in their second final. Kilkenny, having won 5 of the previous 10 finals, have lost this one. They may well say that they were very unlucky. There was a controversial moment in the second half and they appeared to score a good try. But Ashbourne are the victors. Great scenes of jubilation for them. A club who've gone through the season, Dermot, in an unbeaten fashion in all competitive matches.
Yes, and I think their never say die attitude shone through, especially today. For long periods of the game they were outplayed. They were hanging on grimly at times, yet here they are. They kicked a fantastic penalty goal. Paul Morris, their out half, and
that concludes our transmission from Blackgates and Tullow. Ashbourne are the 2013-14 Provincial Towns Cup champions. We hope you've enjoyed this viewing, 100 minutes of rugby from Tullow, and we wish you a good day.
Well done. Thank you, well done.
That was.
You don't expect to catch it.
Number 2, Jimmy James Mackay. Kieran Murray Roach. The youngest man on the team, Jeff Mahan. The oldest man on the team, Darragh Curran. The Rooney twins, Mark Rooney, followed by James Rooney. We need somebody else than that. Number 9, Gavin Kelly. Pablo Paul Burris. Anto Wakefoot McCreary. Charles Coyle. Adam Sherrard. Mr. Dunn, Casey Dunn. Dave O'Reilly. Carl Cotsey O'Connor. A recent daddy, Shane Kennedy. It's great to have Shane Walsh here today. Sean Kent. At the poster himself, Conor McNally. Last but not least, well, let's go ahead. Alan Ward. Dan Carroll. And last but not least, with Captain Rory Gleeson. Boys, first of all,
no, I'm driving.
We haven't had anything.
To my own boys, we're doing something special this year. We've gone the season unbeaten. We've won a Towns Cup for the first time in our history. It's taken us 15 years to get back there, but we've done it. It wasn't an easy job, and fair play to the Kilkenny boys. We put up today. And just to our support, thanks so much to everyone for coming down. You make this very special. There's so many people involved in Ashbourne Rugby Club, I can't mention them all. The coaching staff, the senior team, everyone who does, coaches the minis, up to the senior team, it's been pretty special. Let's celebrate tonight and let's let the party go on for a week. I got in trouble unless I thank my dad. Dad, he fucking did it.
Just flying around, they wouldn't be bothered doing that. just on the run with there.